There's something here. Ah, a rusted key. And a lever. Ooh, drow poison. Targets must succeed a constitution saving throw or become poisoned and fall asleep. Sounds neat. So, let's go to the Iron Gate. Let's hope. Oh, we could have lockpicked the gate. Anyway. Okay, we know that we have to disarm the marble plate. So let's try that. Guidance. Nice. So, let's use it.
The book is locked tight with no visible keyhole.
Charming
Only an
book.
oval recess in the cover's mouth.
Can we use the amethyst?
You try to examine the book, but the longer you stare, the more those piercing amethyst eyes draw you in.
Curious. Why don't you take a closer look? I'll observe from back here.
Thanks,
We surely
Shadowheart.
shouldn't leave such a threat out, where anyone could stumble across it.
Interesting. In the early access, Gale would also actually ask if he could read it. Nah, Garon is way too curious and, yeah, daring to pass that chance. So Garon places the amethyst in the slot on the book's cover. Was that a good idea? We'll find out. Let's open the book. Gale disapproves.
The book's pull is irresistible. You feel changed, bettered for having opened it. Suddenly you are capable of anything. Felling mountains, darkening suns, conversing with the dead.
At least that we do.
Glyphs shift gently before your eyes. Words slip into your mind, onto your lips, forming words you don't understand. And something is trying to reply.
Let's try to go for it and turn to the next page. We do a saving throw for wisdom. Nice.
The symbols dart beneath your eyes, warping and twisting. Your head throbs, but you almost understand.
Knowledge is alluring, so turn another page. And now it's a 15. Ah, you know, that's worth an inspiration. Come on. Ha! Worth it.
The world around you is gone. You can only see those glyphs, only hear those voices. You feel claws moving in the shadows. They pull at you, dragging you closer.
And now we have to do a saving throw for both closing the book or to read another page. And of course we read another page. Though, I'm afraid it's a 20. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Nice. Nice, we did it.
The glyphs scream, branding your mind with strange runes. You see time rewritten, fate undone, your future thrumming with power. The book snaps closed. You've seen too much. What profane knowledge is now seared inside of you you should never have known.
Gale is inspired nonetheless. But what happened? Oh, I think we can now cast Speak with Dead at will? As a ritual. Amazing. But common. Yeah, we can now cast Speak with Dead as often as we want. Without even the amulet. See? Interesting. I mean, a little less powerful because we already have the amulet. Still very, very nice. We interact with it again. We should have saved
seen
before.
much of the book, but its most powerful secrets are guarded by indecipherable glyphs. Without a key, they may be locked away forever.
So maybe later. Let's take it.
Looks like a trap there.
Huh. Guess that would have reacted with a marble plate. Do you have any thoughts on this, Gale?
I do enjoy our conversations. What do you need?
I thought maybe we could have asked him about the Necromancy of Thay, whatever. Especially because he disapproved. And what makes me wonder is, as if he didn't want to take a look into that book. Why did he disapprove of us doing that? Anyway. So, back to the Blighted Village. Scratch.
What to do?
Scratch has a... Not much intelligence, but noticeable wisdom, for example. Maybe you can also roll perception and stuff.
Feet can carry me.
What was left of this village? With this house, I think then that's it. And here we can go to the goblin camp, and here we could go to Karlach and the crash. Here. The building with the ogres. Yeah, you know, it's long rest. Take with ogres. Anyone want to talk with us? Didn't find out
Lady
anything
of Sorrow's
about the
Goddess.
artifact.
Did you want something?
I suppose you want to hear about Cazador.
Sure. You said he was your master, right?
My old master. Before the Mind Flayers took me from him. Before this strange, twisted freedom. Cazador Zar is a vampire lord in Baldur's Gate. The patriarch of his coven and a monster obsessed with power. Not political power or military power, I mean power over people. The power to control them completely. He turned me nearly 200 years ago. I became his spawn, and he became my tormentor.
Tormentor. If I may ask, what did he do?
He had me go out into Baldur's Gate to fetch him the most beautiful souls I could find. It was a fun little ritual of his. I'd bring them back, and he'd ask if I wanted to dine with him. And if I said yes, he'd serve me a dead, putrid rat. Of course, if I said no, he'd have me flayed. Hard to say which was worse.
Oh. I don't know if you appreciate if I say that sounds terrible, but that's what Garon would say. It sounds truly terrible. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. But this isn't about sympathy. It's about knowing what we might be up against. The Mind Flayers aren't the only monsters out there, and they might not be the only ones hunting us. All I'm asking is that you keep your eyes open and watch out for anything lurking in the shadows.
I'll watch your back. Don't worry.
What more could I ask? Now, is that all?
Alrighty.
Speak.
Lae'zel, still being an abundance of friendliness.
Well met.
Always a delight to speak with you. What can I do?
It is kind of sad that you just can talk about what happened so far with Shadowheart and not with the others. Interesting dinner. A mixture of meat, of fish, of apples, and some wine. I mean, I don't judge. Great.
All right, what now?
So.
Tastes good.
Oh. And for me, a scratch. Why can't I use it again? Weird. Let's just have a look at the camp. He's still here. Do I need to have Speak with Animals active for that? No.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Okay. No, now I can summon him again. Weird. Yeah. Alrighty. Here they are. Oh.
Tastes like chicken. No chicken. Tastes like fish. Gentlemen, contain yourselves. This quarrel sours our feast. Besides, tastes like pork. And what surprise is this?
Are they
Brothers,
comparing human
look
flesh?
here. I have eyed yet another tiefling prize. Fortune favors our bellies. Stranger,
He talks way more
be you
articulate.
friend or food. The mark is her measure. Show us the brand of the absolute.
You are quite eloquent for an ogre.
Am I not astonishing?
And self-confidence.
A robust diet makes for a shrewd mind, you see. I am a gourmand. And you, a delicacy. Unless you bear the mark, of course.
Of course we don't, but we could deceive him. But first let's do the tiefling option. Are you eating a tiefling?
She scampered in from the east, calling for a pet, no doubt.
Oh.
The green earth bless us. She bore no mark. Those horns. Such cartilaginous crunch. Let's see the mark, lest I give in to my cravings.
Okay, just from a roleplay point of view, yeah, I think option 3 is quite fitting. These horns are not yours to take. Die.
It's dinner time, boys.
Okay.
Victory is assured. Good move.
Okay. Let's do this cloud of daggers. But we can get it in at least 2. Or just, nah, just 2. Unfortunately, you can't move that, so it will just stay there. Here. Our favorite imp. Just wait.
Survival is all that matters.
And let's shatter. That we can hurt everyone. And let's use our cutting words. By the way, so far Budding Inspirations just recharge over long rest. I'm not sure at which level. I think 4 or 5, I think. We are 4. I think at 5 it changes so it recharges every short rest. I'm not quite sure. But at some point it will.
Battle favors the fearless. No time to waste.
And, you know, let's do another chatter. Nice. A dashing ogre running at you. He can cast firebolt. Take that. Nice. The nice thing about Hellish Rebuke is it always hits. It's a reaction spell. So when someone hits you, you can cast that spell and your attacker gets attacked by Hellish Rebuke. And you just roll damage.
On the move.
Lump the Enlightened. Ooh, invoke duplicity. This will be quite nice. But, you know, just gonna throw a guiding bolt on him. Nice. Maybe he dies from the dagger. Kinda scared what happens if Scratch dies. But I hope he's just familiar, so... Aha. There's one down. Come on, lump the enlightened. Nice.
I speak, they burn.
I think the fights are going quite nice so far, right?
Still breathing, despite everything.
So... here we go. Haha. And the last one is frightened.
This is my time.
Like that. And he can't move, but he can throw stone. Nah, come on, hit me. Ow. Mean. So the question is, we make it there. Oh, we don't have enough movement speed. Anyway. Fights are definitely going well. Thank you.
Battle of wits.
But I mean, at the same time, D&D is I'm quite used to as a system, so I guess that's also part of the thing. Maybe you should have played Tactician.
Well, Minster's not around, so it might as well.
Let's dispel the spell so we don't run into it.
At least things have stayed interesting.
That happened way too often
Just a brief
in the
rest.
early access. Ooh, a warped headband of intellect. Increases the wearer's intelligence to 17. This particular circlet is covered in yellow slime, has pieces of half-digested mutton stuck behind the gems. Blah. So, let's wear this with Garon, so we have a bit of an edge to casting Detect Thoughts. Also, sad, can't see it, maybe because of the horns. And we can read the diary of Lump, the Enlightened. The triumphs and travels of Lump, the Enlightened. Day 1. Now that I see truth, I can scarcely remember a time before. At first, I thought that the human thin flesh had bestowed this gift, but I've come to believe it was the circlet she wore. There was a crunch in that shoe. Day 4. The goblin roaster Rexlin made a tantalizing proposal. Spare any prey bearing his new god's brand, and feast on the rest. He offered considerable coin in return. Yeah, good riddance.
Defender of the people.
He just has a pig head in his inventory.
Onward.
Casually.
Still alive. So that's progress. Best be on my
The
way.
folly and the fall. Though clearly old, this handbill has managed to maintain its bold print over time. For one season only, see the play that sent Eldor's Everlight Theatre into chaos. The sharp-tongued travelling troupe presents The Folly and the Fall, a tragedy in 4 parts. Part 1 of Lost Netheril, the great wizarding empire in humanity's age of wonder. Part 2 of the great mage Karsus, his brief and terrible godhood, and the ruin he wrought. Part 3 of Netheril's fall, 1,000 years of shade and Char's subversion. Part 4 of Netheril's return and his shadow falling upon the land. Penned by the great bard Bragan Feck, The Folly and the Fall tells the true story of the flying Netheril city Thuanthar and its dramatic return after 1,000 years in exile on Char's plane of shadow. See the climatic battle above Myth-Drenna, rendered in stunning detail thanks to the finest thaumaturgs on the coast. Direct on your village green as the sharp-tongued travelling troupe makes its transit to Baldur's Gate. See it now, or face 1,000 years of sorrow. Yeah, I think it just tells lots of things about Netheril. Was a huge, powerful empire with a huge focus on magic. And at some point, and I think it was Karsus, someone tried to overturn the first deity of magic, the first goddess of magic, not Mystra, but Mistral, and actually succeeded for a brief time, but Mistral sacrificed herself to hinder them from destroying the weave, destroying the magic, and didn't go quite as planned. And part of that was that Netheril was falling down from the skies because they had huge floating cities. Let's take that. I can't take it.
Sharp as ever.
Let's take some foods. So the food you get is quite abundant.
One day I'll catch a break.
Oh, the dead tiefling. Tarnished locket, thief tools. Ace for Azuf and Other Gods. Volume 7. Lyra, Lady of Deception, the goddess who has many masks. Invoke her name, avoid perception. She hides your lies and secret tasks. For joy, to Lyra you must call, and worship her thought through soulful dance. So find her presence and fest halls, do not give idleness a chance. She's also quite pacifist. Lots stuff about joy, about song, about happiness. And Favinor Sunbreeze, the character in the early access Let's Play, was a devout follower of her. Leviathar's pleasure is your pain, your scars an offering. Scorch or candle, whip or cane, can your devotion bring? Yeah, and Leviathar is all into fame. Look. Survival failed. Is here something?
Something over
I love it. We're all so bad at survival checks. Thank you, Shadowheart. At least someone survived. Oh, Scratch sniffs. And it's pointing toward it. A milk can. Alright. There's nothing more we can do in the Blighted Village. So, either explore down here. Maybe let's do that. Or we can go ahead here. Let's go down here. Have a look around, and maybe we can also head to the goblins that way. Later on we can search for Karlach here. And yeah, so much things to do. Run, my friends. Nature's quite loud around here. Excited to see how the goblin village will be. And if Sazza is actually keeping her word that she will help us. Or if it's more like a giant trap she's luring us in. Ah. I guess we're just going this way. And we kinda lost Scratch. Okay. Round. Fires. I think beside that, there's nothing interesting here. Ah, but there's Scratch. That's interesting enough. Ah, sniffing something. Ah, maybe that's why he didn't come to us. Oh, there's a missing poster.
Looks familiar.
Missing children. Maggie Terrance, Marcus Terrance, Mathan Deach, Rochelle Kirk.
Maybe someone of them is Shadowheart. Or was Shadowheart. Yeah, I was there, Scratch. You don't have to point me there again. Looks like we will be going to the goblins. That looks a bit like in the introduction when we came crashing down from the sky. That kinda looked like where the Drow and the goblins looked at us. And there's Sasa.